it's a crazy thing, even just telling people you're in a rock band. What do? You know, you meet people at a coffee shop or at a bar or wherever. I play in a rock band. It just feels so surreal and funny.
They're still like, you play local? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I was in Japan.
Only if it's Riff. Only if it's Riff
Riff
Fest.
Fest. Yeah.
Rock, metal, prog, and everything in between. Welcome to this episode of Talkin' Rock with Meltdown. Don't forget to follow the audio-only Talkin' Rock podcast on all podcast platforms. And now, it's time for today's conversation. Here's Meltdown.
Hey guys, once again, Meltdown here with Jake and Joe from the Autumn Kings. They're going to be in town doing a WRIF Fest on September 20th. Thanks for coming back to the studio, guys.
Thank you for having us.
First, Jake, we got to talk about that hat. Now, show that hat off. Look at that thing.
Let's go.
OG.
Look,
OG.
Little classic riff hat from back in the day. We've tried to figure out either late 80s or early 90s, but tell us where you got that from.
Yeah, we got it from Joe's brother, Justin, owns a shop in Windsor just across the pond here called
Bosuns.
Bosuns. And
Okay.
I don't know where did he cop this?
They thrift and they go crazy. I don't even know where he found that, but they go all over the place from Windsor to Toronto, and they found it. They're like, you got to bring this. I'm like, absolutely.
And what's the name of the place again?
Bosuns.
Bosuns.
Yeah, Bosuns.
All right, so they got more
vintage,
cool swag like that.
Ton of
Yeah,
stuff like
come
that,
on.
yeah. So Jake's
The
going to wear
OG.
that for Riff Fest, I think.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
you're wearing it. It must happen. I know you're not wearing hats. You're not wearing
I don't
hats.
wear
You're not a
hats.
hat guy.
I don't wear hats.
So I will represent the OG Riff. Man, that's crazy. Like 35, 40 years, Riff's been just doing it.
Killing it.
Well, actually, 53.
Is it 53 now?
Yeah.
Holy
We got to find that shirt that you said you have a similar
Yeah,
logo.
I do have that. Yeah, I got it at home somewhere. I got to dig it out. But yeah,
So sick.
That's
late
crazy.
Mike Clark gave me that shirt with the, and someone just said that's supposedly Ted Nugent.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
A silhouette of Ted. So
That's
Insane.
it. Yeah,
Interesting.
Motor City Madman.
yeah, I'll have to ask him about that. So what's going on with you guys?
Man, everything. We just finished a great 2.5 week tour across the U.S. with Nonpoint.
Yeah,
which was
Nonpoint,
great.
yeah.
Upon
Yeah,
Burning
super
Body, yeah.
cool dudes. They took us under their wing, and Upon a Burning Body too, very heavy band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and now gearing up for the almighty Riff Fest coming up, and then touring with Hinder and Hollywood Undead, doing a few headlines all across America. So it's ramping up to be a pretty crazy fall.
And since I talked to you guys last, you went over to Europe, correct?
Yes, we went to Europe.
Yeah, how was
last
that?
time we were here?
I think we talked the week before we left.
Yeah.
for Europe.
That's great.
Dude,
It was amazing.
It
Yeah.
was amazing. Yeah, it really was. It was a different level there, actually, especially when you got to Eastern Europe. I mean, when we went to Warsaw, we had people cross the border from Ukraine and Belarus to see us play. And there's like a different, they wear it on their sleeve, rock, and they do here in America too, but it was visceral. Wouldn't you say it felt like a deep, visceral
100. Well,
reaction?
there were people that followed us throughout the whole tour from day one to the last
Wow.
show. It was insane. We'd never seen anything like that, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a real aura, like in their eyes, the perception of when an American band comes to play Europe. It means a lot to them.
Well, they couldn't believe it. They're like, we've been waiting years for you guys to get here. We're like, oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty insane. So we're already counting down the days till we can get back to Europe and play.
Now, I
They
remember-
love.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say no. They love rock there the way that we love country and rap in the U.S. and in Canada. The rock is still very much at
It's
the
king,
forefront
yeah.
for them.
Well, I think what happens here, like I remember talking to Zoltan from Five Finger, and he grew up, and they'd have to drive 2 or 3 hours to see a rock show, but they didn't come around very often. So when they came around, you went and saw them.
Yes.
And here, it's like, if you miss them here at, Pine Knob, they might play,
They'll come around,
yeah,
right?
somewhere else, right?
Yes,
That's right.
exactly.
And so, but yeah, the rock fans are big over there in Europe.
Oh my gosh, so big over there. Yeah, so it's great. So I mean, on our hit list right now, it's Europe and America, just nonstop.
Yeah, and how long was that tour?
That was a
month?
about a 3-week tour.
3.5,
Yeah,
yeah.
we did 8 countries. We went Switzerland, France,
Wow.
Czech Republic,
Germany,
Austria, Poland, Germany, 7 cities in Germany.
Now,
We-
did you take your parents?
No, my parents actually
met up.
They actually met
Okay.
up with
That's
us.
right.
My
Yeah.
dad was so stoked. Paris is his favorite place on earth. You get my dad on a Paris run, he'll just tell you everything.
Man, I love Paris. Well, I've only seen the Eiffel Tower in Vegas, but I could just imagine Paris is just like it.
Very similar. Very similar.
It's insane. Yeah, they followed us around, and we've got just a great support system, which helps make this crazy life a little bit more smooth and balanced.
And my brother met with us in Czech Republic and Prague.
in Prague,
Guy that
yeah.
found that hat, yeah.
The family crossing the seas. Yeah. It's
That's
that immigrant
awesome.
upbringing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what a great trip, man. It's
Yeah.
so cool.
Oh, 10 out of 10. And we ended up going we went to South Korea and Japan and Singapore
Since
along the
we've
way
seen you
too.
too, yeah.
Wow.
In May and June, we played for the U.S. military.
Awesome.
Over there, yeah. And it was awesome just to play for the Americans that are overseas, just doing so much to keep us safe at home. And they see things that, we take for granted and we don't even know about. And they don't have the day-to-day amenities that we have over here. So for us to get to play for them over there, it means so much to them too. Kind of like with the European fans.
Exactly.
They love it. And then we've gotten to see so much of the world this year too. Like Singapore. Who gets to go to Singapore?
Yeah, I never have. That's for sure.
It was crazy.
It
Yeah.
was
So
awesome,
so who did you play with for the military? Was it just you guys?
yeah, it was headline.
Oh,
we
cool.
headlined everywhere. Yeah, Japan, South Korea. Did I miss any? Japan,
No,
South Korea,
Singapore.
and Singapore.
That was it.
Yeah, so we got
That's
to do.
insane.
Yeah, got to fly overseas. A lot of jet lag this year.
I bet.
Yeah, a lot of long flights.
A lot of
Very
long flights.
Well, I've said it before. You get paid to travel. You play for free.
Oh, that's it.
Right?
But you know what? I wouldn't trade it for the world.
No.
Like, it's a crazy thing, even just telling people you're in a rock band. What do? You know, you meet people at a coffee shop or at a bar or wherever. I play in a rock band. It just feels so surreal and
they're
funny.
Yeah.
to
They're still like,
say.
you play local? I'm like, no. I was in Japan.
Only if it's riff. Only if it's riff.
Oh, it's Riff
Fest.
Fest.
Yeah, it's funny because I just met a guy the other day, and he's like, "What do you do for a living?" And I've been on the radio for 35 years, and they find that really intriguing. And he was an accountant, so it's like he just wanted to talk about what I did.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, right,
That's
right.
right.
And it sort of makes you feel uncomfortable because, you know, you're on radio and everyone hears Meltdown, but you just think of it as day to day
Yeah, it's your
part of what
life.
you do.
Well, it is interesting. It is fun, and I get to do things other people don't get to do. So it's like, I think people are interested in it. It's fun. It is what you make of it, of course.
Yeah, 100%. And we love it. And next year we're planning to put out the new record.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So go ahead. You open it up.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Look what you
absolutely.
did, man.
So a couple of the singles have been out already. Sleeping I'm Dead,
Right.
Hellbound, and
And thanks for
Tongue-Tied.
name dropping me, by the way.
Yeah. Headed for a meltdown, baby.
That's right. Headed for a meltdown. Anyways, I digress. But
No, it's true. Shout out Meltdown.
I had to think about that. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so yeah, the record's gonna be out next year. I want to tease the name so badly.
I don't know if we're
I don't
allowed.
know if we're in a
but
position to.
We'll
do
come
that.
back when we're allowed.
Okay, yeah, we'll come back when we're allowed.
can you
But,
say when?
It's gonna be early 2026, most
Okay.
likely. Yeah, probably February, March at some point.
It's done in the can.
done in the can. Done in the can.
Are you guys playing anything off it that, or not yet?
We'll be playing the singles that are already out. So we'll
Right.
be playing Sleep, Hellbound,
Yeah.
Snake Charmer.
and Snake Charmer.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll be playing those three. And Hellbound is obviously back at radio doing a lot of work right now.
Yeah.
And
Too, the
yeah,
feature.
there'll probably be one more radio single before the record comes out.
And how many songs are on the record?
It'll be 11 songs on the record.
Okay,
Yeah.
full-blown record.
Full-blown record. Yeah, full-blown record of original stuff. And already the impatient musician in us is like, okay, let's get started
Okay,
on the
let's go
next
to the
record.
next one.
We
Yeah.
haven't written enough yet.
Yeah.
It's never ending in the brain. You know, it's funny, once you get to playing live on a record that's out, let's say you play the day the record comes out, your mind is like already a year graduated from
Yeah.
that because you've had those ideas incubating for so long. You've been marinating, kind of making them come to life. You're already focused on what's coming next. But obviously we have the mental discipline to, you know, understand that fans haven't heard
Yeah,
those songs
take a step
yet,
back
and
for sure.
take the time, even if it's 2-3 years. You know, Shinedown, when they do world tours, it's like 3 years on the same music.
Right.
And so maybe to them it feels like they've been doing it for so long, but to all these people they're playing for, it's the first time
Yeah.
they get to experience it live at least. So yeah,
That's
it's,
great.
It's
So
a
you-
never
so you-
ending.
Yeah, you say you got 11 songs. So how many you know, maybe fell through the cracks, or do you have kind of on the back
Oh my
burner?
gosh.
Well,
For this record, quite a few.
yeah, it's really interesting because different artists have different ways of approaching building a record, and some will write 100 songs and then whittle it down to 25 and then whittle it down again to their best 10 or 15. We used to be like that, but you correct me if you see it differently. I think lately it's been, we sort of know right away if the
We know
song
when an
is going to
idea
work
is
or
gonna
not.
work.
So
That's
we
right.
don't try to pursue a fully written song and then gather 100 fully written songs and whittle it down. We like to nip it in the bud right then and there. Is this going to turn into something? And if it's not, we just ditch it right away.
100% agree.
Save ourselves the risking getting emotionally attached to an idea that's not actually
Yeah.
that great.
Yeah.
So we ended up writing, I don't know, maybe 25, 30 songs for this record, but we really
Got down to 11.
you know, some people try to make it look easy, like, I don't know where the inspiration comes from. Dude,
No,
I just
it's
can't be a liar.
Bang your head on the wall.
It's the hardest
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Writing a song that you're happy with.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
None just fell in our lap. We're like, oh my God, full song.
Yeah,
No,
full
no.
song and it's written. So it's a labor of love.
Well, where did you record these songs?
We did. I record a good part of it at home, my home studio. Joe and I, we build the ideas, and then we work with our longstanding homeboy Marty Back, actually in Windsor,
SLR
Oh, okay.
Studios.
which is pretty amazing in Windsor. I mean, he'd probably be the only guy I would say that I would trust as a producer in Windsor. But he's the fact that you found a guy like that in Windsor is crazy. Usually you find those guys in Toronto or LA or New York or Nashville. So we've actually our entire catalog of songs has been done with Marty at
10
SLR
years.
Studios for 10 years, mixed, mastered, produced, and I co-produce with Marty, and he's just an unbelievable guy. Unbelievable.
I was going to say, because Jay Rustin is from Leamington.
Jay Rustin.
Yeah, Jay Rustin, he does a lot of the rock records. He does like all the Steel Panther records, and he does like
really?
No way.
Saxon. It's more the rock stuff, Stone Sour.
Oh,
What?
Still there?
He lives in Leamington?
He's from Leamington. He actually went to school with McCarty.
No way, Darren
Yeah.
McCarty.
Yeah, and it's funny because I've known Jay for about 8 years, but I've never met him.
That's
But I'll text
insane.
him and I'll say, hey, dude, give me because I'll be interviewing a band he's worked with or something.
Yeah.
And he's worked with a lot of bands, mostly rock bands.
Man, what a small world. Anytime we hear about someone who's from like our neck of the
Yeah,
woods,
right.
it's like, what, are you kidding
Mind
me?
blowing. Yeah, I know.
Jay Rustin. Wow, I got to look this guy up after.
Yeah, Jay's
Steel
done a lot of
Panther.
stuff in the rock world. What do you guys consider your music or your genre? What do you call your band? Like
Yeah, like we'll usually say the starting point we give for everyone is Linkin Park and Fall Out Boy had a baby.
Right.
Which is currently where it's at, but obviously that doesn't encapsulate the whole musical spectrum of what we like and listen to. So I would say we're somewhere on this equator between rock and rock guys struggle to use the word pop, but we have
It's
melodic,
pop elements,
memorable,
for
sort
sure.
of poppy
Sensibilities,
choruses.
yeah.
100%.
Yes, those sorts of sensibilities. But I would say lately we've actually leaned much more into our rock roots. Like this next record is heavy. It's heavy.
It's the heaviest we've gone.
Yeah. So I would say we are a stadium arena rock band is probably the best place to categorize us. But we have tinges of metal. Like we will incorporate little bits of Lamb of God and Metallica on certain pieces of our riffs.
Well, and then there's rap, and then there's alternative in some of those notes too. So it's
Yeah.
a little all over the place.
Every artist wants to believe that you can't categorize their music. We want to feel special. But for us, I could say
it's kind of hard.
yeah, we're a rock band and we try to borrow from everything. But we're a rock band at the end of the day.
For sure.
Like when you see us live, a fan's
rock
going to say
band.
that was a great rock concert.
okay.
Yeah, unmistakably.
And of course, September 20th, like we were talking about with Riff Fest, and that's gonna be killer. And I think since the last time I talked to you guys, I interviewed Paul from the Tragically Hip. I don't think I
is that
talked
right?
to you guys before that.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, he was great. So I mean, you started talking about all your stuff. So what about what Canadian bands do you guys draw influence from? Since you are basically from Windsor.
Yeah. Go ahead, Joe.
3, 2, 1, say it. Billy Talent.
Billy Talent.
Oh, Billy Talent, yeah.
Billy Talent's number
Billy
one.
Talent. 3 Days Grace too.
3 Days
Their
Grace
melodies
huge.
are
And
unreal.
they're coming back doing big things. Billy Talent, 3 Days Grace. Let me say it.
Well,
Blasphemy. Nickelback.
Yeah, we do.
We love
3 Days Grace, of course, is playing Riff Fest. Have you met those guys?
No.
Yeah, I met.
have.
Yeah, this is crazy. I shouldn't be saying this when I'm talking to the Riff, but I snuck an internship with 89X when they were
Years
the
ago.
Windsor Detroit
Yeah.
station when I was like 17, and it was so bad. I hustled my way into it, gave them this whole sales pitch of how I'd be the best employee, and I
Terrible
only
employee.
did it because I'd get meet and greet with 3 Days Grace. Met them, took the picture, and quit right after. It's just so bad.
We have the picture. We posted it.
I have the picture, yeah. So we met them once before. Haven't met Adam yet, though. So
Okay.
really hoping we'll get the opportunity to do that.
Yeah,
next
just like
week.
with the rest of Canadians, they're really hard to deal with.
Super diva.
Pain in
right?
the butt.
Yeah,
Diva.
yeah.
No, I mean they're so Canadian. It's like Adam leaves the band, then comes back in. They're like, "Well, we're gonna keep the other lead singer too." It's like, okay, let's just right. I mean, seriously, it's like,
Sorry, guys.
how Canadian is that?
That's so accommodating.
Well, they're
yeah.
from like 3 hours from us. Where were they?
They're from,
France?
They're
just-
from Toronto.
Yeah, just north.
Yeah,
Toronto
right,
area.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So-
just awesome. Yeah, Billy Talent for us is the big one. And I don't know, they sort of cracked in America, but I don't think they really hit
Right,
it
yeah.
the way Nickelback
Billy?
or 3 Days
Yeah,
Grace
no,
did.
no,
But Ian DeSaw, that guitarist, is I'd say probably my number one guitar influence.
Ben 2 vocals for me is
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
a really
Tops.
special band.
Do you guys run into the Tea Party guys?
Yeah, we run into Jeff Burrows.
Yeah, I see Jeff.
Yeah,
We follow each other on socials, and I saw him at a concert, and I just walked up to him. I don't think he knew who I was. I'm like, "Hey, I'm Meltdown." He's like, "Oh my god!" He gave me a hug. And then
Yeah.
that was the last time I saw him.
Yeah, you know what? He's so involved locally with charities. And
Yeah.
he really is a good man. He gives a lot back to his community, and he definitely gave us good tips and advice in the beginning of starting our career. He's actually from LaSalle, the exact town that I
Yeah.
grew up in. So really small world, and they're a very unique band too. We got to play with them at Caesars Windsor about 6 years
Couple
ago.
years ago,
and
yeah.
That's
cool dudes too.
And now you're here in Royal Oak, right?
I'm here in Royal Oak, Michigan now. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you
Love
just
it.
got married. So tell me about that.
I did. I just got married. Yes.
You
Shout
did?
out to my wife,
Congratulations.
Delaney. Yeah. Thank you, bro. Just came back yesterday from a honeymoon. We went to get some beach and ocean vibes on
That's
the other side of the
awesome.
country. Yeah, it's awesome, man. I always tell people this kind of life is very strange and foreign, especially if you're not from, you have Detroit, Rock City, but it's not in this day and age like a music hub the way LA or Nashville or New York is. And so I remember when I would go on dates with girls before I met my wife, when you tell them you do music, it's very hard for them to understand. Their instinct is to say, oh, that's great. So what's your real job or what's your backup plan, right? They don't get it. And Delaney, I mean, she was a D1 soccer athlete. She's from Wyoming, actually, of all places. The place with more cows than humans.
That's right.
Wyoming.
That's right.
And,
I love it.
She understands sacrifice. And so when I explained to her what I did, she completely understood. And that's a very hard thing to find. It's a very hard thing to find someone who supports you. So I didn't go into a marriage lightly. That was a decision I took seriously, and I couldn't be happier with it.
Well, I told my wife when we got married 25 years ago, I ride Harley Davidsons and play hockey. If you're good with that, then we're going to be fine.
There you go.
I got my Harley in the garage, and I'm playing hockey in the morning. So
And
maybe
here
I'll
you
go
are.
ride tonight. I don't know.
I love it. I love it.
And it worked.
Yeah,
20,
you
25
got
years
to
later.
lay down the law right away. That's my tip.
100%.
Joe, you married?
Not married, but I'm been with my girl for 10 years.
Okay, you got to lay down the law.
Absolutely.
Tell her you ride Harley Davidsons and play hockey.
I say it
Tell her.
very quietly, but I say it.
In very Canadian fashion.
Yeah, sorry, but
I say it behind her back. She doesn't hear me, but I do say it.
I say it out loud somewhere. Yeah.
That's so good, man.
Well, that's killer. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. The record's going to drop sometime next year. Do you guys have any tour plans, or is that kind of in the works? Is something you can't say? Or
Yeah, it's
There's plans.
It's
I
not
think we can
announced
say
yet, but
there's
we're going to be
plans.
doing. I'll say this: we'll be doing a 5-week big U.S.-wide tour.
Oh, awesome.
Next spring, yeah, with a band that I think a lot of your fans might know.
I love when I talk to bands and they can't say anything about that coming up.
Right?
Dude,
That's why you have us.
off camera.
Yeah, off camera. Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to hear it from Kurt and Jason and our whole team.
Why would you say
did you
that?
tell Meltdown?
I
I mean, we
know.
use his name in a song. Why can't we at
I
least
know.
tease it?
It's
He's
so funny. You
legally
can't,
allowed.
imagine. Who did I talk to? I talked to Johannes from Avatar. And he's like, "Oh, the record's coming out on a very special day, but I can't tell you what day. Now it's been released. It's been revealed on Halloween. You know, it's like, okay, you know,
sacred.
yeah, but he couldn't tell me at the time. You know, and the whole thing.
The tease.
Yeah,
the tease.
exactly.
It's, so yeah, you guys got some shows coming up here. Probably taking a break around the holidays. And
Yep.
2026 going to be big for the Autumn Kings.
2026 is going to be big. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of touring. It's crazy how long it takes to really in rock. You see it with bands like Skillet is one example that comes to mind, or even Shinedown when Second Chance came out. It was 10 years of grinding before they really saw success. And for us, it feels like now we're just hitting that point where a lot of people are starting to know the band countrywide and worldwide, and momentum, tours, record deal, you know, radio support and radio love. It feels pretty surreal. And it's so great to be back home talking with you right now on a station that we grew up listening to and copped a hat from a vintage shop from the late 80s.
That's proof. That's
wild,
proof.
man.
That is killer, man. So, well, thank you guys once again for stopping down. We'll see you here in just a couple weeks at WRIF Fest. Can hardly wait. September 20th.
Yes, it's going to be great. Can't wait. Thank you, brother.